I'm Marco Werman. This is The World. Actress Angelina Jolie stunned the world today with an op-ed piece in the New York Times. Jolie revealed she's undergone a preventive double mastectomy because she wanted to minimize her chances of developing breast cancer due to a faulty gene she carries. Jolie's public announcement stands in contrast to the shame breast cancer still carries in many countries, but she isn't alone in having the courage to tell her story. Samia Al-amoudi is a Saudi Arabian obstetrician and gynecologist. In 2006, she was diagnosed with breast cancer and decided to write about it, making her one of the first Saudi women to go public about the experience of the disease. Dr. Al-amoudi, what was your reaction when you heard that Angelina Jolie had announced she had undergone a preventive double mastectomy?
To be honest, it touched my heart. I felt the pain, and I could imagine the situation and her feelings at that moment. When I read as well that she has a history, family history, her mother passed away at the age of 56, it touched the feeling of any woman.
I mean, in 2006, you went public about having breast cancer, but obviously there are some key differences. You're Saudi, you live in a conservative society. Why did you decide to go public?
Well, let me be very honest with you. I felt that being a doctor, this is a responsibility, first of all. So I felt that I have to go, I have to break the silence. One of my senior doctors, he told me, well, now you've got breast cancer. It's better that you keep the information just within the closed family. My family was reluctant to tell anybody. Then I started to think, well, why should we keep it secret? It's not a taboo. It's not something bad to tell the people, and it's a responsibility. In Saudi Arabia, although there is a big change, but a lot of people, they will not talk about cancer in general. They will never mention the word cancer. Even when I started to show up in the TV, telling people about my story and the experience, how to look after themselves, I remember one of my colleagues, she said, what happened to her? Did the chemotherapy affect her brain?
So you start writing about it, you appear on TV, you're using the word cancer. What was the reaction?
Well, I stress the point that I insist on using the word cancer. I never say any other word.
And you also say this is breast cancer, using the phrase breast cancer.
Exactly, because it's just an organ like any other organ, and it's a disease like any other disease, and it's a way of breaking the silence, encouraging other women to go and talk and to go and have mammography, because there's a lot of misconceptions about the disease. People think that if you got breast cancer, it means a sentence of death.
So, Doctor, you've led by example in Saudi Arabia. Do you feel that as a doctor you were able to move the cultural attitudes? Did you give license to other women in Saudi Arabia to open up, to get mammograms?
You see, we underestimated our people a lot, because when I started to write in the newspaper, even my family were very, very reluctant. And I cannot tell you the number of comments on my articles, comments on my interviews in the TV, from men and from women. It was really surprising to me, to my family, to everybody, as if they were just waiting for somebody to go and encourage them to talk about it and encourage them to go and do mammography. The other thing, I believe that media is the strongest tool to have outreach, to be a live example, being a doctor, being an advocate, being a patient and a survivor. It gives them more confidence.
Samia Al-amoudi heads the Al-amoudi Center of Excellence in Breast Cancer in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Dr. Al-amoudi, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you so much.